What's going on? So word is about a couple months there's going to be a boxing exhibition between Mike Tyson and Roy Jones Jr. And what do I think about it? If there was another time ago, I may have been kind of hyped because they were two intriguing fighters for different reasons. Mike Tyson was a straight brute, hit your pressure point, and it was like, okay, take your best shot because when I hit you, it's lights out. Roy Jones Jr. was cocky and he could cover a lot in the ring and the way he would approach you. And he was entertaining because he would be doing interviews. I remember watching HBO and he'd be interviewing and they both were intriguing. But do I want to see them at 50 plus now fighting at this stage? No. Both of them are shot as far as that go. I mean, they could still hit, they can still connect, but it's like, what are you really fighting at? It's not like you're going to have a George Foreman type of resurgence. And both of them, there's got to be other reasons for even thinking about it. And it's not to do because we want to do this for our health either. Um, Mike Tyson, let's be real. The last time I saw him fighting professionally, he was shot. I think he got beat by some tomato can, some white dude, which that dude at most would have been like a broke bouncer at your local club on a Friday night. He'd have been like the fourth bouncer to the other three. It wasn't a good, memorable look. Mike Tyson, 30 years ago when he lost to Buster Douglas, that was pretty much really the end of his career, must I say, in hindsight, because he really wasn't the same. The 90s era of him, um, pre-prison and after, it wasn't the same. It wasn't the same. He was a guy who still was physical specimen. He looked like him, but he wasn't the same fighter, you know. So, and Roy Jones Jr. had a lot of highs with him in the 90s, and he has moments, but again, when it fell off, it fell off. It wasn't the same. And that's the thing about this sport. You can still be in shape and you can still counter and protect, but when you're done, you're done. You don't. George Foreman was an anomaly, but again, it wasn't the norm. Can guys still fight? Yeah, they still athletic, yeah. But do we really want to see them? Did they really think that they got a chance to be half as the way they were? No, not like that. Not if you can't be dominant. Because if you see Mike Tyson and Roy Jones Jr., you want to see like reflections of where they were. You don't want to see a shell of it, and that's what I think you're gonna get here. But anyway, it'll be interesting for some to check out. But anyway, that's my thoughts and takes about the Mike Tyson Roy Jones Jr. exhibition fight that's taking place in September. Yeah, for novelty's sake, it'll be interesting, but in reality, I'm not expecting a lot of great memories from it because there's another incentive, and it's got nothing to do with the love of the sport per se. Not when you're not in that particular brand of sport. Anyway, give me your thoughts. It takes it to like, subscribe when the bell rings. A new video. Wash your hands. Keep your mind clear. Watch out for another. And sometimes it's best to take your memories with you because it's what it was. It is what it is. Well,